man. That was very, very smart. Goodness gracious, MCA. What's happening, Jack? Jackie Boo. How are you, buddy? See, man, that's how you do it, man. Wait, what's going on, Miss Kels? What is going on this evening, y'all? Man, I was over there today on Creed Fisher's Live, man, and I was over there like, hey, man, you ever hit the big time? Let me drive your tour bus. You doing good, Jack? That's good, brother. Oh, truck, let me over there. Coming over. Creed Fisher, that artist, country music artist, I guess up and coming. I don't really know him, but I saw him on live. I was like, hey man, you ever hit the big time, brother? Let me know. I'll drive your tour bus for you. That's where the title is. This live came from. He says, all that I need is a big bag of weed and a friend. Don't have any loads from us. You're doing Helping Hands. Isn't that like some, Helping Hands is like like inmates or troubled people having hard times fall on is Helping Hands for work. It'll help them find a job. I actually know someone that just got out of prison and they're involved with Helping Hands. So it's a good thing to get people started back into society. Yeah, okay, she says. Yeah, I told that guy, I said, yo, if you don't let me drive the tour bus, I'll drive a truck and all your supply, your equipment. But I'll never get lucky like that, so. But in chat, you don't know if somebody's, if you're chatting, you don't really know if the people in the chat are normal or a little bit cuckoo. You just don't know. I've been alright before, Jack. I've been alright. Wasn't going to do it live today. I was going to wait till tomorrow, but I just figured I'd do a short live this evening. See how. Fill you in about if I got lucky and driving that guy's tour bus, he'd be like, got her, we're headed to Albuquerque on the tour bus. So I'm like, yeah. Apparently, you know, he's got that song, something about a tour bus. I was like, hey man, let's see if he was playing it. And I was like, hey, that's Destiny, bro. I'm gonna drive the tour bus. Catch up on the sleep. I caught up on some sleep. I only worked 3 days last week. I worked Monday, Tuesday, and some of Wednesday. That was it. That's all I done. Well, till about 1 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. That was it. I've been off since Wednesday afternoon. I swear it went by so fast. But then I'm taking off the 17th and 18th of November. Gotta go to college graduation. So I don't know if I'll be able to do a live stream in there. I'll try to sneak some video. So I don't have any formal attire, so I'm gonna have to go out this weekend and buy me a suit or something. I got a little bit, but I ain't got what I have for that special occasion. You know me, Floor Jack, I'm all about catching up on sleep, brother. And not right now, Floor Jack, not right now. So yeah, that'd be pretty sweet, you know, like driving Creek Fisher's tour truck or tour bus, and I'll be live streaming it while we're headed to another place. That'd be awesome, because I'd love to get out of truck driving, man, just drive somebody's tour bus. What kind of sad news you got? We don't like sad, we like happy. We like happy. I mean, I got a little sad news too. I had a friend that I've known a long time. He just passed away recently. I think Friday. Oh yeah? My father-in-law's, his dog passed away. Well, he actually took to the vet to have it put down. There was a little Chihuahua. Her name was Hershey, and he took her to the vet and had her put down. She had cancer too. Oh wow, man. Sorry to hear that, Kels. They must have been together for a long time. When couples are together a long time, it's usually not long until the other one goes too. It's like they lose the will to live or something. I'm not old yet, so I don't know. Man, that's sad, man. It's never, you never get used to losing people. Although it's just the way it is, but still, it don't make it no easier. Oh, okay. All siblings, okay. Your aunt and uncle, okay, I got you now. Were they close to the same age? Yeah, it bothered me when my dog got hit. You know that I shared a picture of him on the YouTube post on my channel where he picked up a pacifier and he had it in his mouth. Yeah, that really hurt me when he got, you know. Dug a hole and buried him and set a prayer, and that was it. Uncle was 83, Aunt was 81. Wow. They lived long lives. Hopefully they had pretty decent lives. Is that the uncle you were talking to me about? Was that early last week or the week prior? I think it was the week prior. Sky had a death in her family a couple of weeks ago. Her granny Susan. I think she was in her late 70s or early 80s. I can't remember. I never met her. Didn't get to. Yeah, you're up. Okay. Yeah, I thought that's who you were talking to me about a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, that was not this past week, the weekend before, or the week before. Well, I hope everything goes well with that though, Kels. I remember you and I were talking about it. Hopefully that doesn't go in the negative direction that we talked about. It's a full moon. It is a full moon, ain't it? Yeah. It's right here in my driver's side window. I'm going to have to take the phone off the stand to show you. It's full moon here in Florida. Brake checking. I ain't got over yet. He said it will. Yeah, you would know, you know. You would know. I mean, it's your family. You've known these people your whole life. You know, family, you know, stab you in the back before anybody else will. Oh, you was in the hospital? Is that why you ain't been around, Jack? Poor Jack. That means full moon. Yeah, they say that, you know, like all the crazy stuff happens. Like more craziness happens while there's a full moon or something like that. Come on, car. Going under the speed limit, the middle lane. You're not supposed to be there. I'm not supposed to be here. But man, what you gotta do? You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Man, I'm sorry y'all are going through what you're going through, you know. Calamities, what do you say that? Calamities, my bad. You know, just trust and have your faith in Jesus. You know, we only rent this life. This is only basically just rent it. That's it. I wouldn't want to live forever anyway. Not here anyway. Not in this world. Maybe a different one, but not this one. Yeah, the first of the month. Oh yeah, it is the first. It is the 3rd. So, yeah, some people get their checks today. Some get them on the 1st, some get them on the 3rd. Oh, wow. to a positive talk now. Yes, Kales, that you are correct. We need more positive. But you know, I was trying to go that way, but I guess y'all had to let a little bit of stuff off the chest. All for it, all for it. It's nice to have people you can talk to in good times and bad times. How the kids doing? They go trick or treating? Yes, the kids did go trick or treating. It started out a little rough for me because some unexpected events happened, and I wasn't too happy about it. But then I kind of got out of that. Went trick or treating, and all I did though is I went to some neighborhoods. This one particular neighborhood. And I walked around the block, and there was people out there. They were selling hot dogs, and chili cheese, chips, and I went around the block buying food from every food stand. I was buying hot dogs, chili cheese, chips, bags of chips, peanut butter candy, hot apple cider. I was buying it all. And I'd lose the kids because the old lady'd leave. Nobody hung out with me when I was trying to buy all the food on the block. And so they all got away from me, and she got up a little bit upset. And I'm like, I can't trick or treat. I'm buying all the food. I was having good conversations. And then one of the kids, the oldest kid, he likes to eat, so he found me at a food stand, and he's like, I want a hot dog. I was like, okay. So get you a hot dog. And then they all showed up. I had to buy them all hot dogs, bags of chips, soda pops. they're out trying to get candy. They don't want candy. They want chili cheese dogs. And so they got them. And then I ran out of cash, and I was like, hey, lady, Cash App. And she was like, yeah, she kept trying to tell me her name on Cash App, and I couldn't remember it. Just so happened one of those kids had a phone on him. I was like, hey, let me use that phone for a second. And I finally punched her name in so I could look at it later. She's like, I trust you. I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to send you some money later. I was like, well, how much I owe you? She's like, $6. And I mean, she gave me like $15 worth of food, though. I was like, okay, $6. So I ended up getting my phone because my sister had it. And she was talking to this dude that's not even in the state that we're in. And I sent her the money. I sent her the $6 she requested. So I done good. I could have just went off with the food. I was like, yeah, it's terrible to run off with somebody's food that they took the time to cook. Although it was chili and hot dogs and cheddar cheese, but still, you got to do the right thing. Even when no one's looking, do the right thing. They dress up as, let me guess, 2020 King Lord W9. That's pretty good. Yeah, we'll absolutely be praying for you, 4J. Absolutely. Hey, Patrick. My son dressed up, man, what is that? Freddy, one of those characters on Five Nights at Freddy. We didn't really get to this year. We procrastinated for Halloween, and mainly because I really didn't want to celebrate it. I'm trying to convince everybody in my inner circle, hey, we got to stop doing this or do it in a better way than how we're doing it. And so, but yeah, he dressed up as one of those characters off Five Nights at Freddy's or whatever it is. It's supposed to be a scary movie, but it's not scary, but maybe, it's little kids and it's. Then Jay, he dressed up as the Grim Reaper or something. I don't remember what Willow dressed up as. River dressed up as Minnie Mouse or something like that. Yeah, and like this was like, yeah, we got to do something else besides that, you know, like going out dressing up like demons and such, you know. Got to substitute it in a different way. But I did like going around the block and buying all the food on the block and all those food stands. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, something for me. Give me a chili cheese dog. Give me some peanut butter candy. I was buying everything. I literally stopped at every one of them and bought stuff. I even went to this house that was giving candy, and they had these big old baskets for a basket of like from the University of Tennessee, and then they had another one for the University of Kentucky. And it's like, hey, it's $2 a ticket. And I was like, I got $5 in cash because I ended up having cash out to everybody. And she's like, I'll give you 3 for $5. I was like, okay, that'll work. But I didn't win. But I was hoping I was going to win. Start having parties, yeah, something like that, you know. Maybe do something in the house where you can, like, you know, they can get candy or something, you know, make it fun. Try to think of ways to make it fun. We got like 363 days to think about ideas of how to do it. My mind wandering now, just thinking about what could I do instead of having to go out and do this stuff. Because Halloween is totally different from what I remember doing it as a kid. Like, I mean, it literally sucked. I was like, man, they took all the fun out of Halloween. Can't be having fun and the kids get candy, it's fun to them. Yeah, you gotta buy some stuff, you know. Yeah, you absolutely gotta buy some stuff, so, you know, if you want to celebrate a holiday at the house, especially one that requires you getting up and leaving. Maybe some games or something to play together. I mean, there's all kinds of things. I mean, you could do arts and crafts for Halloween, you know. Play little games with candy or something. I don't know right now, just about off the top of my head. As long as you can keep them, you know, out of tablets or phones or things, you know, you gotta get their minds active. They gotta be focused on something. It's hard to really constantly do things like that, unless you're like these big families on YouTube that like they make videos of like doing stuff with the kids all the time. In a way, it sucks because sometimes my daughter will watch these kids in this one family. I think they're like in Miami, and they're doing these fun things and they make their videos real cool. And I'm like, man, I look at that and I'm like, you know, I'm sorry. You know, I tell myself I'm sorry to myself because I can't do nothing like that. But if I ever got rich, I could. But I, you know, getting rich in this life is probably more difficult than the Bible saying it's easier for a camel to get into the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to get into heaven. But they say we live in the easiest time in history to get rich, but it's not as easy as they make it sound. But I don't want to be rich, I just like to be better off. Able to spend more time with the kids. But I'm a slave to the system. You need the break when Yeah, right, yeah. You need the break when you handle the tablets, yeah. Yeah, that's about the same way, I think, as we do it, and I think everybody else does it. You gotta, sometimes you gotta get a break. And in order to do that, you gotta handle their tablets. Let them sit there for an hour and a half. What I like about my kids, though, with their tablets and stuff, with no worries, exactly. No worries and bills. Yeah, they say, money can't buy you happiness, which I do agree with that. It can't buy you happiness, but it sure as hell can make it a lot easier where I feel happy most of the time. And all it is just like be nice just to not worry about bills. Like, okay, I'm worried. Let's say as long as you have to, anytime you need to, you can just go out and buy you a new outfit or whatever. Oh, Christmas, no big deal, $1,500. You ain't got to worry about it. If you get snowed out of work for 10 days, you don't have to worry about it. That'd be nice just to live like that, not be, $600 million in the bank. Just, like if you end up breaking an arm or a leg or whatever, and you're out of work for 10 weeks, you don't have to freaking worry about it. But most people don't get to live like that. Most people live like probably how you and I live, Kels. If I get sick, I still got to get up and drive his truck. If I'm home and I wake up sick Monday morning, I still got to get up, get dressed, and go drive his truck. Even though you're not supposed to do that, but I don't get paid if I don't. I can't afford to miss a day. So, sick or not, I gotta work. Guess that's what, But I'm hardcore too, so I don't really let anything get the best of me. Or at least I try not to. Like last winter, I was puking driving the truck down the road. Gotta do it. So, like, if anybody's with somebody's like, oh, well, my boyfriend or my husband's sick, he's puking, and he's staying home today and tomorrow, you got me doing the same stuff, and I get up and go to work. If I can do it, he can do it. Especially if his ass needs to get up and go to work. You gotta be like, hey, honey, you gotta get up and go anyway. I'm sorry. If income's kept up with inflation, if that were the case, you'd be making like $26 an hour right now. But you're not. At least probably most people ain't. AF. Yeah, it'll get you now. It'll if you miss too much, you know, depending on how everything is, you can miss it and it'll keep you up at night. I try not to worry or stress things, but you know, and I have been able to, you know, just put it all in God's hands and not denying Jesus or anything. But when I've done that, nothing happens, nothing improves at all. It just still is difficult. Kids were sick, yeah, when the kids are sick, you got it, yes. It'd be sweet if I got to drive a Green Fisher's tour bus, but I doubt it. It's getting dark early sucks. You know, I think for me it depends on really what I got going on. You know, like if I got to be outside or something this in the winter and the days are ending sooner, it's like, oh man, this sucks. But I actually like it. I like the time change. It's winter time. But really, you know, if time didn't go back an hour, it would just be 7:22, which it makes no sense. Because it's 7:22 before time went back, the sun was still up at 7:22. So technically, it'd be 7:22 right now. So why is the sun not up? Makes no sense. Doing toot. I don't know. I don't push them to you know, get into the trade of truck driving, and maybe by the time they are of the age where they could possibly drive a truck, I would say by then there wouldn't be too many human truck driving jobs. I mean, I'm sure they'll still be out there. But at least probably by then, the big carriers like Walmart, Schneider, all those guys, it'd all be autonomous. I remember back in the 90s, people talking about, oh, if you're going to be flying cars, you know, which there are some flying vehicles out there right now. But it's mainly self-driving vehicles. That is the future. But yeah, I try to push them to do something more, you know, do something meaningful in your life, you know. But don't drive a truck, don't do that stuff, you know. Just because Dad done it don't mean you should do it. You should strive for more, you know, have a healthier lifestyle, and do something where you can be home with your family. You know, you can make even more money, you know. Do something where you can have plenty of money, where you don't have to worry about money, and you don't have to worry about being gone from your kids all the time. So I do not want them driving trucks. Because, you know, I don't want to be out here in Florida right now. I want to be in Tennessee at the house. But no, I'm going to be sleeping in this bed back here. I'm a prisoner of the highway. I wouldn't say, I mean, I don't know if you're lucky or not. But if you call yourself lucky, you might as well substitute the word lucky and use blessed. I'm blessed in certain ways, but not really blessed in any way that makes it, you know, makes life easy. I'm not blessed in that aspect. In ways that, you know, like, you know, as far as I'm aware, I'm healthy, you know, family's healthy. That's, you know, we got food to eat, got running water, lights, a roof over our heads, working vehicles, in ways like that. That's the only ways I'm blessed. Other than that, outside of that, I'm not blessed in any other way. And I'm thankful for the little bit that blessings I do have. Because I've been as low as I had absolutely nothing, and I was living under a bridge. I've been there. I've been locked up in jail. It's been worse. So yeah, I mean, it ain't much, but I'm thankful. Faith, Lord Jack. Just hold on to your faith. Don't be deceived. Don't let anybody tell you any different, because they are not of Christ for telling you different. And all they want is to see your soul fail. Lights at night time, ain't it? You see the glare of the lights, and they gotta zoom out a little bit. It can be so bad. I don't know, it still sucks. The right to speak however you want. Some people don't like that. Some people don't mind it. I I'm one of the people that I don't mind. I'm glad you're allowed to say whatever you want to say. So more power to you for it, Jack. Hey, Bill, thank you, Bill. You have a wonderful night as well, and make sure you get plenty of sleep tonight. We'll be coming through Titusville Bill's place here very soon. We'll be in Titusville in about 20 miles. See a mile marker. I'm going to tell you exactly. See him out. There's a sign right here somewhere. $267 miles in Miami, and they telling me much. Oh, right here, 265. So we're about 40 miles from Titusville. I was scrolling through the lives this morning. I saw, oh man, what's his name? The Red Baron. I saw him. He was driving down some side road with 2 or 3 other dump buckets, and he was like, man, we're going. This is going nowhere. We're gonna have to turn around. So they ended up getting to the end of that road, and they ended up backing in somebody's driveway and turning around. I was like, yeah, I've been there, done that. You could hear his frustration, like he's wasting time. I get it. Man, I tell you, Dwayne texts me, shoot, it's been 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he's like, hey man, I'm kind of burned out and stuff. I think I might have said something he didn't agree with, or he just didn't like, I don't know. But then he texted me and he told me, yeah, Joey. But yeah, then Dwayne had texted me like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he's like, hey, I'm burned out, and it's like, and I was like, yeah, I get it, dude, I'm burned out all the time. And I've never seen him back in here. But I was scrolling through the lives one day, and he was on, I can't remember that guy's name, or when I can't remember, I call him RoboCop. I saw him on that live. I was like, oh, there he is. But he never came back yet. I meant to call him today, and I didn't. Check in on him. But yeah, I seen Joey doing that. He was getting upset. He was doing good holding his composure together. He was doing a live. He didn't really want to go off the A-frame, I get it. But that really irritated me. I can relate to it. But yeah, Joey, yeah. I had to watch that. I heard him say something. I was like, oh, is he lost? And I saw some trucks ahead of him, so I knew they were trying to go somewhere together. Joey knew, he called it too. He's like, this is going nowhere. We're going to have to turn around. And sure enough, they did. Then I ended up, I don't remember what I ended up doing. I got off the live. I probably got a phone call or something. So the thing that makes me sick about the thing of Charlie is sad. I like his debates, and it is sad. we live in a society today that is so open about, you know, how they feel about someone, it's not like it used to be. It's like you can disagree and agree to disagree and nobody cared. It was like, okay, it was just as simple as that. Okay, we'll agree to disagree. You're not going to change my mind. I'm not going to change your mind. And, you know, that's all it was. But, you know, somebody that has a big influence and that is highly intelligent and was really good at debating like Charlie Kirk was, it upsets some people. You know, because they couldn't really defend against what he was saying. So they couldn't win with him. And it's just, it is what it is. It's over now, you know, so. But I don't like how his wife has been. Especially with J.D. Vance. Man, I've seen some photos of him. That don't look right. But, you know, as they say, a picture can be worth 1,000 words. Well, anybody that thinks it's fun chances are is evil people. They're unintelligent people. They haven't had the right knowledge introduced into their minds in order for them to see and be open-minded. They have a one-track mind, and that's it. And anything that challenges that one-track mind is all kinds of things they'll say it is. It's ridiculous. That's why we stay out of politics. We don't talk about it that often. I'm not into it. You know, both parties are right in some ways, and they're both wrong in some ways. Neither party ever really helped my life at all. They've either gave me a little bit more money in my pockets and they made the prices cheaper, or they put less money in my pockets and made the prices more expensive. And that's all it's ever done for me. Like I like to tell people, man, this America is not for Americans. It's not for white people. It's not for black people. If you were born here, it's not for you. It's incentivized for foreigners. If you're a foreigner, America is the place to be. You have incentive to start business. You don't have to pay taxes. All this wonderful, great stuff, man. But they don't offer it to foreign Americans. But yeah, Dwayne, yeah. I've not seen him in a minute. Yeah, like he's told me that, texted me that information I just shared with you. He, I mean, it was about 2 or 3 days later. I was just looking at the lives, you know, and I saw his name in the chat, and I was like, huh, burned out. But you over here on somebody else's channel. He ain't even been back over here. That's why I think that I must have said something. He just strongly disagreed with it. But you gotta think, you know, Dwayne, a lot of people on my channel are older folks, you know, Gen X, baby boomers. I'm a millennial. You know, I'm not whatever that Gen Z is, you know, I don't think anybody likes them. But I'm a millennial. You know, I'm young, I'm still young, still full of life. I'm a live wire. So I think, you know, especially with the older folks, you know, with that youngness still there in me, in my prime, you know, I think sometimes it can upset the older generation. Or, you know, like, you know, my energy is like, you know, obviously higher, and they just, you know, they're older, you know, and don't have as much energy as they used to have. You know what I'm saying? Jeff said, hey. Yeah, you're Gen X, yeah. Kelsey Gen X. You're a generation above mine, though. You know. I mean, you're not too old. You know. Gen X ain't too old. Some of them, I'm sure, maybe at the beginning of them. Some of them's probably getting up there now. I appreciate Bill jumping here. Bill from Titusville. I love when he gets in here. He'll be like, "Hey, be safe, man." And he'll be like Bill from Titusville, and he'll just bounce out. I love that he drops in the chat though, real quick. He's like a little elusive ghost that jumps in the chat. He just leaves. He's like, "Hey, I'm here. Now I'm out of here." Yeah, I know you're Gen X, Kales. Nothing wrong with that. It's Gen Z that we all got a problem with. We all have a mutual enemy called Gen Z. His wife told him about it. We can agree to disagree. Yeah, absolutely. I don't ever know what happened to that. You can still agree to disagree with the older generation, like Gen X and baby boomers. Baby boomers get so old now, they don't like anybody. They're all becoming senile. I wouldn't say all, but, you know, I like the old timers. I go hang out with this guy that's 84 years old all the time. Like, if not every weekend, it's every other weekend. I'll go over and cook for him and all kinds of stuff. He can't clearly walk, but, you know, I'll sit on the couch. He lays in his little hospice bed there. I'll sit there on the couch he's got beside his bed. We'll just sit there and talk for hours. You're 54, Kels? See, you're not old yet. 54 ain't old. I think when you get old, it's probably about your late 60s, early 70s. But that old man, he's like 84. That man is old, son. But he is cool, man. Like, he is cognitively there, though. Like, his mind is there. And I'm impressed. I'm like fascinated by that. I'm fascinated that he's that old. He can't move around, like I said, a lot, but we can sit. I'll sit there beside his bed and we will talk for hours. And he's cognitively there. I mean, like, I'm just impressed. You know, I always like talking to the old folks, man. Plus, they like to talk too, you know. I'm more of a listener, you know. I listen to them, but they've been around a lot longer than me, you know. Sometimes he'll share stuff with me that I know, and he'll share stuff with me that I don't know. And he's so cool too, because you can talk. He's not like one of those old dudes that, old people that, you know, you got to talk to about certain things. You can't talk about this stuff over here, but he will talk about anything. And I'm like, dude, this old dude is cool as shit. You know? 84-year-old up there. I can't even talk about things I can't even say on here. I didn't really see a question in there. I saw statements. At least I don't remember a political question in your comment, though, for Jack. If there was a question, share it again. Maybe I can try to answer it. Or why do they? I think you said, why do they act like that? And I gave probably not my best answer, but I just gave a brief. So we don't really talk too much about it. Just gave a brief no problem, Miss Chaos. No problemo. And the truth comes out. I like to share the truth the best of my ability. And if I'm ever wrong, please enlighten me on the truth. Educate me. If I'm wrong about something, educate me. If you're wrong, if the chat's wrong about something, I'll correct it in, a proper manner. Like that's what adults do when they, you don't get offended over, because the cat's orange and you're colorblind and you say it's gray, by gosh. Like, no, it's still orange, it's not gray. You get what I'm saying? If I like Trump, does that mean I'm a Democrat? And I was timed out for 24 hours. If you like Trump, does that mean you're a Democrat? I don't think that, you could, theoretically speaking, you could be a Democrat like Trump. What's that one guy, hardcore liberal, the older dude though, he's more like what's his name? Can't think right now. His name, but he's a decent guy. He's a decent Democrat guy. He's not in politics, but he's got a TV show, or he's got a podcast now. I don't know if he's on TV no more. I can't remember his name right now, and I don't want to take forever thinking about it. But I saw a video of him this morning, and he was talking about Trump. And he's just a moderate Democrat. He's got a brain and he uses it. But yeah, because if you like Trump, it don't necessarily mean you're a conservative. You could be a Democrat like Trump, I don't really see anything wrong with anything, unless it's like totally effed up. And then it's like, you gotta have morals, man, and you're not human. There's just boundaries, boundaries that every human being has some type of boundary. There's just some, it'd be like not too frowned upon if you cross that boundary a little bit. That sucks if you did that. No terrible big deal. But then there's boundaries that are like, serial killers, for example. That's a boundary you don't cross. But you got to think, there's a lot of people out there that don't like that. That's a boundary you don't cross. But there's a lot of people out there that celebrate that shit. That's wow, man. See, that's why I've studied psychology in my free time, because I'm fascinated by how people are. It's pretty fascinating. You should love everyone. I don't agree with a lot of people, but I still love them as a human being. I do. I'm careful, regardless of their minds might be or all that good stuff. As long as you ain't harming others, I don't. Decent to me. Pretty hard to offend me before, Jack. I'm not easily offended. And like internet, I could. It was some time out talking, looking like you're saying if me, my mom, my dad, my mammy, my pappy, like whatever, dude. Whatever you're dialing, bro. Yeah, I'm not easily offended. Isn't it tiring to drive on these endless dark roads? This does end eventually. We're not going to the end. We're getting pretty close to it though. Probably about 20 miles from the end. Something like that, maybe 50 miles. Must require lots of focus. It does. I mean, I think it's mainly muscle memory. You do it so often. Like you can close your eyes for 5 seconds. Even though we're not going to do that, because it's just downright ignorance. But you get what I'm saying? It's muscle memory. I picked up a hitchhiker one day. It was actually the guy that gave me that car. I was digging for something in the truck, and he come to find out he was watching the road. And I wasn't really watching it. He said, hey man, after I got done, he goes, dude, while you were doing all that, I was watching the road. And he goes, you never crossed a single line out of this lane. He goes, how'd you do that? And I said, man, it's mainly just muscle memory. He was just like, oh, like, yeah, just muscle memory. I wouldn't care if you was a Trump supporter or a Biden supporter, Obama supporter, Bill Clinton, George Bush supporter. I don't care. You know, you have the freedom. You have that freedom. Be thankful for it. Be thankful this isn't the Kremlin where we annihilate the people we don't like. Probably shouldn't say that. I don't know. Yeah, it ends when the sun comes up. When the sun goes coming in. Man, it's awful dark out there, though. What do you think? As far as I know, it didn't make anybody mad before Jack. I wasn't worried about it, man. I ain't upset. 'Cause I'm not a weirdo. Because you like somebody and I didn't get mad, that's because I'm not a weirdo. Joe Biden and Kamala. That's fine, man. You got the right to do that without consequence. So that's great, man. Be thankful. Be thankful. We are back at the office. You got it, Kales. Thanks for letting us know. No, I ain't talked to Manilow probably since last week. Monday, Tuesday, something like that. He's Tex in the house. Hey, Tex. It's just a pick-em-up truck, man. Go ahead and pass me. Just later back there about the tail of my trailer. Oh man. And I got into it with somebody last night. And I pulled up at the gas station. And I ended up parking in the handicap spot because some dude in this big truck, you know, I guess, I don't know why, but he parked in 2 parking spots. So I get out of the car and I go in and I said, hey man, you took up 2 parking spots. And he's like, what? And I said, you took up 2 parking spots. And he didn't say anything. And I walked into the store. So I go to the back where the coolers were to get something to drink. When I come back up, there was a girl. I was walking to the counter. There was a girl walking out of the store. And she must have, when she came in, she must have looked down there and seen me. I didn't recognize her. But she was walking out of the store, and I was close enough where I heard her mumble, smart ass. And I stooped to a low level at that point, and I proceeded to just blurt, because she was on her way out, and I just proceeded to blurt out the word, the B word, that ends with CH. And I was like, oh man, you know, I don't say that to women, but I guess that struck a nerve with me. Because really, I guess what really was is, yeah, I'll be alright. That guy took up 2 spots, and like, you know, people are entitled. People seem to be so entitled these days. It's amazing. But anyway, I'm checking out this guy that obviously was in the driver's seat of the truck with the window down that I hollered at. He come in and he said, hey, did you say something to my wife? And I said, yeah, I did. And he's like, okay, I'll see you outside. I said, okay. I said, I'll be right there. So I proceeded to check out, and I go outside. He sure enough, he's standing there. And he's like, hey, and I go, hey. And he's like, what did you say to my wife? And I told him what I just told you all. I said, I just blurted out the word B that ends with CH. And he said, what'd she say to you? And I said, she said, as she was walking out the store, she said, smart ass. And I, had no reason why she had no idea why she really said that. Because all I said was you took up 2 parking spots. And, I guess, I don't know, he was older, dude. He was older than I was. But he didn't like that his wife done that because she instigated it. And so he was cool with me. He's like, dude, I'm a bro. I was like, I'm a bro, and he put his fist out, we fist bumped. And and then I just proceeded to get in the car and I left. Then I think they followed me. I couldn't really tell for sure, but I think they did. But they jumped off somewhere down the road, about 10 miles. But all I said was you took up 2 parking spots. Like, oh yeah, when he came in, I said, hey, is that too much truck for you? He goes, no. I'm like, well, it looks like it. You're taking up 2 spots. Yeah, I called her a blotch. Absolutely. I don't do that, but I think, like, she was almost out of the store and I had to say something, But I mean, I really shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have stooped to that low of a level to call a woman a blotch. I shouldn't have done that. So I've actually beat myself up over that since then. But I mean, did she deserve it? Probably, but because I didn't do anything to her. I didn't even do anything to him. I just asked, hey, why are you taking up 2 spots? And then I told him in the store, I said, when he walked in, I was like, is that too much truck for you? You got to take up 2 spots? I don't think he liked that. Because he said, no. Oh, man. Truck for you, why are you taking up 2 spots though? Like, logically thinking, like, if it's not, then why are you taking up 2 spots? That'd be like me driving a semi truck, gotta park in 2 spots to park it. Back in 2 spots. Too much truck and trailer for you? Yeah, obviously, I'm in 2 spots. I can't do it any other way, it's too big. To write notes, when I see people parked in 2 spots like that, like I'll put it on their windshield wiper. It's funny jokes. People just either they can't drive or they're entitled. And maybe the rare occasions they made an honest mistake in such a hurry or something. But I don't think that's many occasions. I think it's very few. Should have said you are taking up 5 spots in your truck as long as that semi. Yeah. How do you think I feel when people park in handicapped spaces? Yeah, I can imagine, Tex. I can imagine because that's what I did. I parked in a handicapped spot, but I had a reason. But then my luck would be, like, if you pulled up, you're like, huh, that car's parked in that handicap spot. There's 2 spots right beside him. The truck would have left, and you'd be like getting in and arguing with me, like, hey, man, you wasn't here, just 30 seconds ago when there was a truck taking up 2 spots right here in this small parking lot. So, so you see the chain reaction. Also, just like, hang on, y'all. My wife's calling. Hang on just a second. I don't know if you can hear me. Oh man, she's put in there. If y'all remember, if I get phone calls, it mutes it.
Yeah, son, I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. This guy must be taking TikTok videos of my truck and my trailer, because it's all lit up like a Christmas tree. Because he will not get away from me. There he goes. Man, this little kid going slow, man. I have took her on a trip with me to New York. I think it's the longest trip I took her on. It was over by New York City. That was back when I was doing flatbed. I ain't took her on the road in a while. Well, yeah, we did. We took a trip to Florida. Oh no, she drove the car.
Ain't old though. Rather just stay home. Yeah, me too. Yeah, traveling in the truck ain't the same as, you know, traveling in an RV or a vehicle. And, you know, 'cause, you know, when we took long trips in the car, we'd stop and get hotels. We'd stop, stay at the Marriott's. 'Cause I like the Marriott's. It's time to get out, yeah. Yeah, when you take someone with you, it kind of slows you down, especially a female, your female companion. It kind of slows you down because things operate differently. And you know, you got a woman with you, and so you don't want to do things how you normally do when you're by yourself. Simply, you know, out of respect, you know, you got your lady friend with you. You know, so you gotta try to stop at a decent place to eat. Later, use the bathroom. I took her somewhere and I stopped at this truck stop. It was late and I got up. And she's like, oh, they got Dunkin' Donuts in there. I said, no, honey, no, they do not. It says they do, but they do not. And I was like, all they got is coffee. And apparently she didn't hear me. And although she was right beside me, somehow she did not hear me. She's like, I thought they had Dunkin' Donuts in here. I said, I told you outside, but it didn't. Donuts coffee. That was a long time ago. Yeah, washroom habits. Yep. Yep, that's right, Sam. Sam knows all about it, son. You mean you can't let the fart fly wild and free without a care in the world. Now you can, you know, when you've been together a while, you know, you can at that point. Sometimes I have those awkward conversations with her, you know, it's like, hey, you know, I was like, you know, back in the early days when we moved in together, and I said, I told her, I was like, you know, after a couple of days, 2 or 3 days go by, like I recognize that you didn't use the bathroom. And so I would think, you know, she's got to be using the bathroom any time now. And so I would leave the house so she'd go use the bathroom and not have to worry about me knowing. and then how I done it was I would just use the bathroom. So I figured if to make her more comfortable, I'll just use the bathroom and maybe she'll just start doing it too. And apparently that worked. So, you know, you don't want to make people feel uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying? Because for some reason about the number 2, people feel some type of way about it. And I got to the point where I don't care, you know.
that probably happened 12 years ago. Like, I don't care if I'm at your house just mentioning, hey man, I gotta go take a shit, yo. Everybody does it. If you don't do it, you will not live very long. But yeah, we just let the farts rain out now, bud. That's when you know you're a good couple. When you just let the farts just. Man, I saw this video a while back about this girl. She was it's about to get funny. I saw this video about this girl. She got this boyfriend. They were young, you know. They were like in their late teens, but 18, 19, early 20s. So this girl ends up getting with this guy. I guess they were living together, or spending a lot of time together or something. I don't really remember that part, but this girl would hold her farts in, and she done this for like almost a solid year because she didn't want to fart around her boyfriend, and it ended up doing something to her insides where she had to have surgery because apparently you're not supposed to let hold your farts in. It can be dangerous. And I didn't really know that, and I'm glad I never did. But sometimes you get in those situations where you can't let a fart ring out. You're sitting in a service somewhere, and you're like, oh man, you can feel it, and you're like, oh man, this ain't gonna be good, boy. And then sometimes you just let it slip out. You're like, man, who did that? But every time you go to court, you let them go, son. You let them go. Thank you for the lesson on farts. You're welcome, man. You're so welcome. Yeah, I got hurt one day. I went underneath the covers, and I got hurt underneath the covers, and she was just smiling at me. And I let one ring out, buddy, and it was silent. She didn't know it, and it finally got up to us. She tried that on me once, and I knew what she was doing. I learned my lesson from doing it to her. Yeah, less noisy and more stealthy. Yeah, Sam, that's a fact, ain't it, brother? I have 2 couches in my living room. I swear, man. 2 couches, a love seat, and a bed. Because I didn't have nowhere to put my sister. And I got a bed in my living room so she'd have something to sleep on. Like, man, like, goodness gracious. I help people and help people and help people. She's going through a hard time. She's getting better now. Yeah, she might be.
probably in the little hideout room that we got. I ended up getting my American flag out of my pickup truck a couple of weeks ago. And so I hung it up in the little hideout room. I don't think I've ever took you guys in there during it live before. I don't think I have. This little hideout, it's where we like to hang out at. So I put my American flag in there, along with, I got my battle flag in there too, so. Should make that room like my studio or something. I can do YouTube videos. Yeah, I'm definitely laughing. That's always a good thing. Got blue lights up here, blue lights. Ready to start construction. I don't see the trailer with the construction cones yet. And lost the kids. Yeah, I caught a little bit of crap over that. I was like, oh, honey, I can't get candy. I gotta buy all the food on the block. Oh man, she put a big paragraph in the chat. Goodness gracious. Yeah, sometimes I can get lost, Sam. Sometimes. Or Floor Jack. Sometimes I just get lost somehow. It's like my ancestors just guide me to hot dog stands. And then next thing I know, I turn around and everybody's gone and I'm all by myself. And I'm alone, cold, and scared. Yeah, I did. I went to every stand they had. I would go to one and I'd go down the street and there'd be another one. And then I'd go back down the street that I was already on and a new one popped up. And I was like, oh my God, this is heaven. Kids are getting candy, I'm getting chili and hot dogs and peanut butter candy and chili cheese chips. And it was great. It was just grand. But like I said, I was cold and scared and alone, and I got yelled at. I didn't get no sympathy. But hey, I got lost. I got lost briefly. Help me. Yeah. It smelled good. It was good too. It was good. And I had the audacity to ask that one lady at one of those stands. I said, honey, I didn't say honey, honestly. And I was like, hey, I'm curious, what brand hot dog you got in there? And she told me. And I was like, that's okay, that's not a bad brand. He said, I'll take 2.
I was going to do a live stream when I was in that neighborhood because it was so cool, man. But then you probably wouldn't have seen a lot because I was just stuck at the food stands. But again, like I couldn't do a live because my sister had my phone talking to her boy toy in a totally different state, far away from us. So come on, come on. Hello, my friend. Have a safe drive. Thank you. Is that Catherine Cotton? Is that Catherine Cotton? That is. It's Catherine Cotton. Hey, Catherine. I have not seen you in a while. Thank you so much, Catherine. I hope you're still here to hear me. Thank you, Catherine. It was good seeing you. I think about you all the time. Been fun seeing Gunner do that. Time to get up. Feed the kids in the basement. Gotta get up, feed them kids in the basement. It puts the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again. See you later. See you later, brother. My kids are my favorite. I guess your first dance was fun. Yeah. Gotta go, you tired? Yeah, I get it. I'm about to go to Broward County, Florida. Yeah, close, yeah. Close. We'll be, I'm headed to, Miami. So we might be in Broward County. Getting close to Broward County, I believe. This probably is Broward County. I'll be staying down here in Valrica. Valkyrie. I like calling it Valkyrie. It might be Valkyrie. Good to hear. It's good to see you again, Catherine. It's a blessed day when you're in the chat. That just made my day right there, Catherine. I hope you have a blessed rest of your evening and a wonderful night's sleep tonight. We're going to hang in there, Catherine, tonight. Man, I'm so happy to see you. Yeah, you must be, yeah, that's Kurt, yeah. Yeah, Kurt, we just passed your neck of the woods, I believe. Yeah, you probably did just see Satellite Beach. Yeah, it's down, I'm in that area, yeah. Don't do it, minivan, don't do it. You're very welcome, Catherine. Very welcome. And thank you. Thank you. No, I didn't stop up there. I ain't stopped in Florida yet. Yeah, Melbourne, next 3 exits. Indian Harbor Beach. Yeah, I guess I can stop there in Ormond Beach, depending on how far away you are from that Love's there in Ormond Beach. I'll be coming back through here tomorrow. I'm headed down here to Miami. Be in Miami in the morning sometime, depending on how traffic is. So I guess we'll do another live in the morning, I suppose. Depends
depends on how I feel, really, when I wake up. I'll probably get down to Fort Pierce in the morning, get some fuel, and start a live from there. There's a bunch of people jumping on right here. Got to haul from Daytona area all the way to Maine, man. That's a good drive. All the way up 95. I think about the worst part of that is coming up into DC and Baltimore. I don't think 95 going up through New York City and all that's bad at all. It gets a little crappy right there around the Connecticut state line. And back. That's a good run. Yeah, it's about right. 3.5 hours away from right here, yeah. So I'll be in Miami about somewhere between about 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, maybe 11, depending on how traffic is. Hopefully it's good. Snowflakes up by Calgary, man, that ain't no good. That ain't no good, brother. Man, I've lost track of time. Hey, Paul, Denny. Melbourne or something.
talking it all. Well, hello, Doug. Hello. Hola, amigo. How you doing, Doug? Did you have that surgery, brother? You're still here? That's awesome. That's Doug. He was having open heart surgery. I think supposed to have had open heart surgery last week out in Wichita, Kansas. Or it was at Wichita, Nebraska. Wichita's in Nebraska. Oh, you did? Oh, man. Oh, man. That last Monday. Been home since Wednesday. Oh, that's fantastic. That's great news, Doug. Had it Monday and home on Wednesday. I don't know much about open heart surgery, but that's impressive. My son through. Rest in peace. That's awesome, Catherine. I really like that. I'm glad that you can feel something there. Yeah. And I hope he does rest in peace. I would have really love to have met your son. I'd love to meet you. Yeah, Catherine's son used to drive a truck as well. good news, Doug. I'm glad that went well, man. I had sent some prayers up for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend you pick anything up. That's great news, though, Doug. That's awesome. I'm glad you're still here. I'm glad you jumped on here to inform me how it went. What you were able to. That's great. I'm glad you're home too, man. It's awesome. God is good, brother. God is good. This truck must be doing what I'm doing. Man, it's going so slow though. Pay your rent, go get your license renewed. Well, just take it slow, Doug. Don't be in no hurry. Make sure you get plenty of rest. That one. Slow down, truck, slow down. Break. I would take me a break too, son. Right, this is the end of the road. Nap time? Yeah, it's nap time. You as well, Kels. Thank you. We paid your rent yesterday. I think we paid our rent today, Doug. $1,000. $1,000 rent. What are you paying rent, Doug? Just curious. You ain't got to tell me if you don't want to. I don't see a big deal in it. I think everybody's paying high rent right now. Yeah, okay. Oh man, we're at 25% on my battery. I didn't expect to do it live this long. I really didn't. I was only going to do it like 30 minutes to an hour. I've been doing this over 2 hours. Alright, y'all. Well, we'll see you in the morning. You pay $600 a month, but I pay. Also forgot to pay all my utilities too. It's understandable, Doug. It's understandable. Well, Doug, you just make sure you get plenty of sleep tonight, sir. And then you can wake up and go handle what you gotta handle. Remember, sleep is the key to tomorrow's success. And I preach that, but I don't always follow it. I wish I could sometimes, but a lot of times I can't. Because I drive a truck. And sleep is not in the description of truck driving. But we'll see you in the morning, Doug. I don't know. Be here. Don't worry about my live if you're out handling business. See my hand in the reflection of the window, windshield. Alright. But I'm gonna have to try and get some sleep while I can, Doug, and I'm gonna have to get up about 5 o'clock, which ain't too bad. But it is when you drive trucks, because it's very exhausting. Ain't nothing fun about it. But yeah, I'm actually starving right now, and I don't have anything to eat, so I'm just gonna have to deal with that. You know, y'all know I don't eat a lot anyway, so it ain't too big of a deal for me to starve. Been sleeping pretty good at night in my own bed. Yeah, ain't nothing like sleeping in your own bed. You said that right. We starve over here, Doug. All right, Doug, God bless you, brother. I'm so happy you're still here, my friend. It's been an honor meeting you, Doug. So we'll do another one tomorrow, and God bless you, brother.